A brand new video just surfaced, and it's pulling back the curtain on what really happened after Caitlin Clark took another hard hit. What it reveals? Something the WNBA might not be eager to spotlight. Tensions flared during a heated matchup. Between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun, but one player wasn't having it. Sophie Cunningham made her position known, loud and clear. The second things got physical, Cunningham didn't wait. She reacted instantly, stepping in, not just as a teammate, but as a protector. Her message was sharp and unmistakable. Targeting Clark comes with consequences. In that moment, Sophie wasn't just playing defense, she was drawing a line in the sand. If you come after Caitlin Clark, expect Sophie Cunningham to meet you at the door.
The greatest thing I saw tonight was Sophie Cunningham. Thank you. Thank you. Sophie Cunningham was about to give she's about to give her the Stone Cold Stunner, bro. I'm gonna put it right here, bro. She was gripping JC's shoulder and straight bumped her. She was straight grabbing her hair and was talking shit while doing it. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you become a teammate. That's a road dog. That's a real teammate, bro. She see what made me mad the play before. Howard, none of them jokers didn't stick up for Caitlin Clark, but that's how you stick up for Caitlin Clark. That's how you fight for your teammates. That's how.
Sophie Cunningham has made one thing crystal clear. She's not just here to play, she's here to protect. Tuesday night's showdown with the Connecticut Sun left no doubt. She's now the Indiana Fever's enforcer, and she's embracing that role without hesitation. When sparks flew between Caitlin Clark and JC Sheldon, a rivalry rooted in their intense college battles, Cunningham didn't hold back. As tempers rose, she came storming in, so fired up that coaches had to physically restrain her. It wasn't just about backing up a teammate. Sophie was ready to throw down if it meant standing up for Clark. She's more than a presence on the court. She's Clark's first line of defense, and she's not backing down from anyone.
So it's really people out here defending Marina Mabrey for Madden hit sticking Caitlin Clark to the floor, saying that she's just protecting her teammate. For one, it involved Caitlin Clark and JC Sheldon. They had their little spiel before that, and then JC Sheldon scratches Clark in the face, then invades her space after that. Clark pushes her away because of that, and then Marina Mabrey comes get involved, and Madden hit sticks her to the floor, man. And y'all just like she was protecting her teammate. But then Sophie Cunningham is getting called vile and disgusting for dropping JC Sheldon to the floor and dragging her by the hair. So Sophie Cunningham can't stick up for her teammate, or else it's vile and disgusting. But Marina Mabrey could get involved in something that didn't involve her, and it's just she was protecting her teammate. The Caitlin Clark hate is so...
There's something the league doesn't want to say out loud. Caitlin Clark wasn't just fouled on Tuesday night, she was being hunted from an elbow to the eye to being slammed to the floor. Clark took hit after hit in a game that looked more like a brawl than basketball. And the officials, they watched it all unfold like it was just part of the show. No whistles, no calls, no backup. But this time, the silence didn't go unanswered. Sophie Cunningham saw what was happening and wasn't about to let it slide. She stepped in, made her presence felt, and sent a message loud enough for everyone to hear. If the league won't protect Caitlin Clark, she will.
Sophie Cunningham did exactly what the fuck needed to be done last night. And I love that for her. Because what y'all not gonna do, for one, Connecticut had no chance of winning that game, but what y'all not gonna do is decide to play dirty, to play violent, because y'all getting smacked by the Indiana Fever. Y'all had no chance they had no chance of winning that game anyway. So all they resorted to was just playing fucking dirty. And shit, Sophie Cunningham said, well, shit, that's why they brought me over here. So I'm about to do what they brought me over.
The footage making waves right now leaves no room for doubt. It caught everything in the third quarter. Cameras rolled as Connecticut Sun guard JC Sheldon, Kate Clark's old college nemesis, reached in and blatantly poked Clark in the eye. As Clark stumbled back, trying to regain her footing, Marina Mabrey charged in and sent her crashing to the court with a hard shove that looked anything but accidental. Crowd at Gainbridge Fieldhouse erupted in disbelief, their boos echoing through the arena. Then came the breaking point. Sophie Cunningham shot off the bench like a fuse had been lit. Her face said it all. She was ready for a fight. But before things could erupt further, Fever assistant coaches raced in physically, holding her back and stopping the situation from boiling over.
When that play actually took place, Sophie Cunningham was ready to jump off the bench right then and there. Sophie was ready to jump off the bench right then and there. Look at this. Boom, Marina Mabrey gets it. And then what do you see right here? You see the picture. You see the picture on the left-hand side over there. Yeah, Austin Kelly holding Sophie Cunningham back. Hey, Sophie, we're I know you want to get after it. I know you're about that action, but you got to stay right here on the sideline. Seriously, no one can say Caitlin Clark isn't targeted. Girl just got poked to the eye, thrown to the ground, and was still given a technical foul. Marina Mabrey was not ejected. These officials are absolutely...
And this is where the tension hit a boiling point. Fans in the arena and eyewitnesses say Sophie Cunningham wasn't just frustrated, she was furious. Caught on the sidelines, she fought against the coaches, trying to hold her back, visibly seething. As the chaos unfolded on the court.tv cameras picked up her message loud and clear. No lip reader needed. That's my teammate. That's enough. The Fever's coaching staff saw it coming, a storm they could barely contain. And when the final minute rolled around, Cunningham got her moment. Her response, swift, sharp, and impossible to ignore. She didn't just settle the score, she made a statement.
Yo, Sophia, my apologies. You should have had the second jersey WNBA I bought. I did not know that you were so proficient in holding the back of a girl's head while talking shit to her. She defended Caitlin Clark from that flagrant foul, which they didn't call flagrant for some reason last night. And she had her titled up. And then the rest of the Don Imus crew came up and tried to, separate it and whatever. But let me just tell y'all this. Sophie Cunningham, thank you for defending Caitlin Clark. Somebody in the WNBA has to protect the brand, and it's not going to be the EBT members. So thank you for protecting the greatest female basketball player of all time.
If you're following this story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because what's unfolding in the WNBA right now is bigger than a single game. It's a turning point. This incident wasn't just heated, it was revealing, and now the league is facing some well-learned criticism. Let's get into the facts, because unlike some of the officiating, the numbers don't lie. Sophie Cunningham's jersey completely sold out on the WNBA's official store. That's not just hype, that's a statement. Indiana fans aren't confused. They know exactly who's showing up when it counts. While the league tiptoes around protecting Caitlin Clark, Sophie is doing it herself loudly, physically, and without apology. And the fans, they're all in. They're backing the one player who's not afraid to say what everyone else is thinking. Enough is enough.
In case you guys don't know yet, Sophie Cunningham's jersey, oh yeah, Fever fans spend that bread, folks. Sophie Cunningham's jersey, out of stock. Look at that, no size in stock. A small, a medium, a large, an extra large, a double XL. You're gonna have to get one custom made. Sophie Cunningham stands up for Caitlin Clark, and overnight, her jerseys are selling like hot.
Stephen A. Smith and Monica McNutt went live Wednesday morning, and what they delivered may go down as one of the most tone-deaf segments in recent sports commentary. Instead of calling out the growing trend of physical shots being taken at Caitlin Clark, they shifted the blame onto her. Their argument that Clark somehow deserves the punishment because she talks a little trash. Smith even likened her to Larry Bird, saying she's also somebody like Larry Bird was shooting the lights out and talking smack. Translation, she brought it on herself. Let's call it what it is. This wasn't analysis. It was victim blaming, plain and simple, disguised as sports talk. And worse, it completely sidestepped the real issue. A league that's failing to protect its biggest star, while media voices flip the script to justify the aggression.
And you see her a little shove here and there, you see her throwing a little elbow here and there, you see her talking smack. Caitlin Clark does this. So, on top of the fact that she can play, because the girl's a shooter, and she's an assist maven as well, leading the league in assists and stuff like that. She's special, 4th in league MVP honors last year, Rookie of the Year. But she's also somebody, Doggy, you will appreciate this, kind of like Larry Bird was. When Larry Bird shooting the lights out and stuff like that, but Larry Bird...
But here's what really needs to be said. The problem isn't just the aggression, it's the officiating. And the league's silence is becoming louder by the game. Even Connecticut Sun head coach Stephanie White didn't hold back. Speaking to reporters, she said, "I started talking to officials in the first quarter. We knew this was going to happen. They've got to get control of it. They've got to be better." Her words made one thing clear. This wasn't an isolated incident. The physical targeting, especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark, has been happening all season long. And time after time, the officials have let it slide by the fourth quarter.
Definitely the W, especially if Sophie Cunningham is going to continue to fight people for messing with Caitlin Clark, because it feels like Caitlin Clark is going to get treated in a certain way in this league for a long time. She's not a rookie anymore. Okay? She's already proved herself. She's won. And then there were some, ladies last night that were trying to go a little physical. And in last year, I think something we noticed, and I think a lot of people noticed, is when Caitlin would get bullied, nobody would do nothing.
That's right.
Nobody would do nothing. It was like, hey, they didn't know, like, whoa, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe people are doing this to Caitlin Clark. Teammates weren't jumping in there. They bring in Sophie Cunningham. I had no idea. Sophie Cunningham was a black belt at the age of 6.
Yeah. Yep.
Boom!
Wow.
JC Sheldon, that's cute. You want to poke her in the eye, then push her into a boom Mabry thing? Go ahead. I'll take a take foul, and you'll eat the deck a little bit here.
What followed went just as expected. Sophie Cunningham was hit with a flagrant 2, ejected, and walked off the court with JC Sheldon and Lindsay Allen. But by then, the point was made. Mess with Caitlin Clark, and you deal with Cunningham. The fans understood. As Sophie left the floor, Gainbridge Fieldhouse gave her a standing ovation, not for the foul, but for the fight. They saw a teammate willing to go Elin to protect their franchise star. But the real outrage came the next day. The WNBA fined Cunningham. Fair enough, but Marina Mabrita, one who shoved Clark from behind, got the same penalty. A cheap shot on the league's biggest rookie got equal treatment to a teammate stepping up in defense. The league called it even. Fans called it nonsense. Because this wasn't just about fouls, it was a clear reminder that the WNBA still struggles to protect its most valuable players.